start doing something. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if maybe Matteo is. Oh, I'm coming. Sorry, Matteo is coming. Perfect.
Okay,
Very
perfect.
well. Anyway, today I think that we are going to discuss a bit more about how to speak on photos. But before we go on, I want to give you some more technical details on what to say and the proper way to use. So you got a photo or you have to do a comparison with photo. That is a very common way of doing the exam. By the way, did they advise you about some news on the exam, or they just are waiting to have do they tell you something or send you a message?
No, they didn't tell me anything because if they did, they my mother would have told me, but she didn't. So I don't think that they said anything at all.
Okay.
But to be sure, I'm gonna still ask my mom later.
Okay. But anyway, hi, Matteo.
Hi, sorry for late.
No problem. Even Marta was just coming in now. So
Okay.
no problem at all. We're all together. So I was telling Marta that today I would like to, as last time we were just, starting to warm up the motor. And so even going on, starting to describe and make the speaking test that is the part of the speaking test that is regarding describing pictures and photos. So today I want to give you some technical hints that you can use when you're going to speak on pictures and photos. Okay, I'm just sharing screen with you. Okay, let me make it bigger. Okay, can you see the picture? Can you see the slide?
Yes, okay. Yes.
So the four words that you have always to remember when you have to describe something and it's given you even a certain time to do it, that could be maybe too long for you, is 1, describe, 2, compare and contrast if you got 2 or more pictures, 3, speculate, and then just at the end, react. And this should be even the order in which you describe your photos. Okay, let's make and start. Okay, can you read this, everything about in this slide, Matteo?
Yeah. Describe the photo. Describe what you can see and what is happening in the photos. Say where it's happening. On the right, left, at the bottom, top, in the middle, behind, in front. Use present continuous. What are they doing? What clothes are they wearing? What's the weather like? Are they inside or outside? Use adjectives. Do they look happy, sad, hungry, bored, tired? How does the photo make you feel? Would you like to be there? Why? Why not?
So actually, this is a very important part of the speaking test at all levels, starting from the first certificate up to the advanced and the proficiency, because in this way, just from the beginning, they know if you are fluent or not. That means you have to use just from the beginning so many words. For example, like the saying that like what I say last time, don't say the first photo and the second photo, but give a location of them. So even if you got just one, never say here we can see. No, the right, the left, at the bottom, at the top, in the middle, behind, in front. So just be very precise on what you are describing. Do not underestimate any detail when you're doing that. So be very clear in every detail. The present continuous is very important because it's actually it's a grammar rule that you have to use the present continuous, and this is very important for Marta too, because she studied arts. And
Yeah.
because when you are describing a picture or even a painting, you always have to describe and to use the present continuous. Because of
Yeah, yeah.
course, yes, it's like you are just describing a moment that is freezed in time. You know, this is the real meaning of a picture, of a painting, is just keep a moment forever. That's why you use the present continuous. Of course, this is when you describe, because when you speculate and you react, you're going to use any kind of tense is necessary to give your feelings, your reaction, and your speculations. Okay, so let's go on. Sad, angry, how, and then go on, Matteo. Finish it. Everything. Oh, you did.
I'll just read.
Okay, so start comparing and contrasting a couple of pictures with similarities and differences. What kind of vocabulary do we use? For example, Marta,
Yeah.
you remember we've already done this, so you should have all the. Are you there, Marta? Okay, yes.
Yeah. I'm here. Do I have to compare these two pictures? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yes, try to start with a comparison and then both pointing out the similarities and the differences.
Okay. So the similarities is that these two people have the same hair. They are dressed mainly in black. They both have high heels, and they both have sunglasses. But the difference are that the first person is more.
Which is the first person? How can we know that there's a first and a second one?
The person in the right.
Good.
Has clean hair, but the person in the sorry, I got like the person in the left has clean hair, but the person in the right doesn't have clean hair. Also, the person.
Go.
Sorry. The person in the left looks more confident than the person in the right, and they have different. Their clothing is a bit different because the person in the left has trousers and a t-shirt and a scarf, but the person in the right has a black dress.
Okay, just a couple of things. So on the right, on the left, with the preposition. And the thing, you were saying a couple of things that wasn't a description, was opinion. Because you say, for example, that one has got clean hair and the other one hasn't. This is not so clear in the pictures. How can you be so sure about it? So, and even you say another thing that now I don't remember, help me. That was a detail, for example, was what?
About the confidence?
Oh, the confidence, yes, thank you, Matteo. About one means more confident. This is your feeling and your opinion. That means is what the picture is transmitting to you, but actually we don't know. So you should use another kind of vocabulary. It's not, I mean, I don't say that it's wrong, but you should say, from the way they walk, I suppose that let me think that one is more confident than the other. You see,
Okay.
you cannot say as a description. The description is, okay, white shirt, black trousers, both have a big bag, big black bag. One seems to read a mobile, the other one seems to have keys in her hand. But the first one is her steps are longer, so I suppose she's in a hurry. You know, this is something that has to be the part of speculate and react, but it's not a description. Do you agree?
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
this is very important. Okay, so actually is what I say. You see, read here.
Okay. Similarities. No.
Yes, the vocabulary
All-
that we use. Yeah.
Okay. All, most, some, both, and also, as well, too.
Yeah.
Differences. But, however, whereas, while, on the other hand, also,
They're
in both
very
photos,
important to use them. Okay.
in both photos, the woman is blonde. In the photo on the left, she's wearing a white shirt, whereas in the other photo on the right, she's wearing a black coat.
Yeah, that is more or less what she did. But actually, you know, just okay, Matteo.
Yeah.
Now, besides the just now, let's go on step by step. So we have made the description, compare and contrast. Now try to do your speculation on these two photos. So what kind of language do we use now?
Okay, probably the man in the picture on the left is watching his favorite team in a match, in a football match, and probably is a good moment for his team, and he is cheering.
Yes.
And in the photo on the right, probably, I don't know, but probably is the same moment in the stadium, and the player
Score goal. Score
goal, yeah, and so all the share is are cheering.
They are cheering. This seems cheering. Yes, this is actually, you see, here it's important to use the modals verb when you are speculating. So may, might, could, must, can't be, seems to, appears to, some sentences, can be, for example.
Okay.
They seem to be very happy. Their team must be winning. It's important to use the modals in this case. Okay. Now, reaction. It is just something that what the pictures make you think. Because of course, this is very much linked to your personal experience. So it's yourself that has to come out, the reaction. Okay, Marta.
Okay.
Give your reaction and what kind of language do we use here?
Okay. The first picture looks like a very happy moment because they look like they're really happy to be playing in a pool. And they look like in a very informal moment, like because they look like they are siblings or something.
Mm-hmm.
And in second one, these people are playing a sport with a team. They look a bit more formal, and they look a bit more serious. And you could say that they are very concentrated, and maybe they are also having fun, but they mostly look concentrated.
Okay, give your reaction. I don't know anything about your reaction. What Marta thinks about it.
Okay. So on these two pictures, like I will really prefer to be in the left one.
Good.
Because I love pools, and I love staying in the water with also with friends and stuff. Also because there is a very lovely dog in the back, and I really like animals.
Yeah.
But I totally wouldn't like to be in the picture on the right.
Good.
Because I really hate team sports.
Okay.
So it could be like a really sad moment for me to be in that picture.
Yeah. Okay. So this last part was almost perfect, you see, and this is, of course, the demonstration. I hate to do that. It looks great. It looks dangerous. It looks awful. It makes me want to try it. It makes me want to stay there, to go there. It wouldn't suit me. You know, that is exactly what you do for the last couple of sentences. Okay, now
Okay.
we are going to find out some pictures. First, we start with 2 pictures for Matteo and 2 pictures for you. And you should speak and do it everything. But after number 4, at the end, as a number 5, I want you try to include your partner in the conversation. So
Okay.
what, for example, Matteo is starting, and then at the end, he started to describe, compare and contrast, speculate, react, and then at the end, ask something to Marta. Okay? You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do I have to start?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, first of all, in these 2 photos, we can see in the photo on the left 2 people, and in the photo on the right just 1 people, and they are all seated and sit, and they are in front of a monitor.
Yes, a screen. Yes.
Yeah. And the difference, there could be that in the photo on the left, the 2 guys are sit on a sofa, and in the other photo, this girl is probably on a chair, and probably the 2 guys are watching TV.
Okay.
And in the photo on the right, the girl is playing to some game, probably online game or something like that.
Yes.
And I think that the 2 guys on the photo on the left, they are boring.
Yeah, they're bored. Yes.
And and this is in contrast with the girl on the photo on the
Good.
on the right, because she is playing and
She's enjoying. She's enjoying.
yeah, she's enjoying that. Yes.
Okay.
And well, the photo on the left I don't know if it's possible. Transmit me a boring feeling.
Yes, boring feeling.
And,
yes, sure.
And okay.
Make me feeling
Make
bored.
me, yeah.
Make me feeling bored.
Make me.
Yeah.
And just a little sad.
And a little sad, yes.
Despite the sun in the background.
Yeah, like they are obliged to stay at home, for example.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Yes,
yeah.
Probably they cannot get out. I don't know, maybe the quarantine as well. we don't know. I mean, we have to speculate.
Yeah.
We can do everything actually. And you know, you are, I know that it seems so long, but you are speaking just for 2 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now try to give your more reaction, more idea, and include Marta in this conversation.
The photo on the right is more happy and make me happy and looking that I have I want to play.
I want to play, yes, yeah, definitely.
I don't know, Marta, do you like the game online or other kind of?
Yeah. I really do like to play online games, but I do prefer offline games.
Okay.
Because I like to focus more on the story of a video game. But I still do really like online games, mostly to play with my friends.
Okay. And what do you think the girl is
playing with?
Focused enough in the game or not?
Yeah, I think that she's really, really focused in the game. Maybe her team is winning, so or maybe her team is losing, so she's just screaming at the other ones in the team to do better. That is also a possibility. Like it has happened to me lots of times, so totally possible.
Okay, good. That actually, you know, the conversation in two is always the best part of the speaking, because it became really lively. And I know that speaking by yourself is very hard sometimes, especially that's why we have to do a lot of exercise, try to you know, speak and speak. It's actually what I do in my job. It's just speaking to an audience, and it's something that we should learn by English and anyway in our language. Okay, Marta.
Yeah. So these two pictures are really different.
Oh yeah.
Because there are both groups of young people, but in the left one, they are probably some kids in some country like Africa, a very poor country, because they aren't going to school. They are probably going to work. But in the right one, there are some people going to school, and they also look like they are going in some kind of like private school because they have uniforms and they look kind of wealthy. There were some similarities like the age of these people is probably similar. Also, the fact that in both groups of people they have bicycles,
Mhm.
but I think that in the left one they are probably they have like bicycles which are like too big for them because probably they don't have enough money to buy the right bicycle, but in the right one this kid has the right bicycle for him.
Good.
And like the picture on the left kind of makes me sad because there are people that can have a normal life like going to school and all, but there are other people who can't, and also they can't really have a great future probably.
Mhm.
And it's sad because like us people like who live in Europe and stuff like that, we take like school and stuff as something like for sure something that is just there, but it's not like that for some people.
Sure, surely. Okay. This is your reaction. I tried to ask to Matteo his opinion of
Okay.
what. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think on the topic of like the fact that in some places education isn't sure, like it isn't something that you need to have like.
Sorry, I lost something.
I ask you, what do you think about the fact that in some places, the education isn't easily accessible?
Oh, okay. Well, it is a is a complicated topic, and but I think for sure that we are all agree that the better situation is that the the education it should be available to all.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Don't let fall the discussion. Try
Oh, okay.
to say something else. Just like a tennis match,
Okay.
asking you, and then you go back at least for a couple of times
Okay.
in order that the interviewer is going to stop you, not the opposite. You are not
Okay.
stopping the conversation. The interviewer should stop you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And
Um,
often is strange to find the, the right people in the wrong place. So
Yeah.
yeah.
and I don't know if you have experience about it, Marta. Yeah.
Yeah, about finding the right
Yeah.
people in the wrong places. Yeah, totally. Like I saw lots of very intelligent people that like mostly older people, like very intelligent, very kind, but they didn't have the opportunity to study,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a really difficult lives. Like I think my grandmother, who only did school until the third year of elementary school, because when she was young there was the war, so she couldn't study. But
Yes.
I think that if she had studied, she would be also someone important, because like she loves to know stuff, but now she's like 92, so she really can't. And I think that it's a bit waste, because lots of people just happen to be born in wealthy families, even if they are like shallow people, and they just and they get all the privileges, but they don't really give something to other people. Meanwhile, there are people who get born in other places, like, and they like, even if they want to, you know, give something to the world, they can't, and it's kind of sad.
Good, good, very good. Okay, let's go on to do with 3 pictures. What is happening when we have to do with 3 pictures? Of course, the time that we have should be reasonable, not long, not short, but not even long. I mean, you can describe the pictures if you have 3 or 4 or 5 in details, but focuses on the main idea. Why do they put together these 3 pictures, for example, and just, you know, like you are doing an essay. You know, when you're doing an essay at school, of course. Okay, we got just 10 minutes. Okay, now we are going to close and open a new room, but before that, I want to tell you what we are going to do is we are going to watch pictures with 3, 4, or even 5 or 6 pictures, and you should find a way, like an essay, I will say, that there's a theme to develop and speak about it and speak together, but you should do it together. That means it's not like here, up to now, one was speaking and at the end was trying to speak with the other. Now you do the thing together, like a teamwork. Okay. So I will show you these 3 pictures or other pictures with 4, 5, and 6. And you, as a team, you try, you know, like when people are working in publicity, in the ads, and so they have to find out something that is in common, the same theme, and try to develop this theme and even bring new ideas and something. Okay. So now I stop sharing it. I close this room and I open immediately the other one. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.